Hello and welcome to this edition of Desert Warrior. I'm your host, Lieutenant Colonel Deanna Begay. General George W. Casey Jr., Army Chief of Staff, issued coins to soldiers from 5th Brigade 1st Armored Division Army Evaluation Task Force during his visit to White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico. Soldiers showed General Casey some of the equipment they have been evaluating and integrating into scenarios that replicate the theater of operations. General Casey said the Army values their feedback and thanked the soldiers for their hard work and dedication. A former soldier discovers the newest changes at Fort Bliss. Jade Falls brings us the details.
Former prisoner of war Shoshana Johnson toured Fort Bliss with her family. Her family practiced shooting targets at the EST 2000 Marksmanship Training Center.
Basically, my family gets together every other year, and one of my mom's sisters hosts the other sisters. I wanted to show them exactly what they, as a soldier, what you do every day.
The Johnson family rappelled off the rappel tower and said it was a highlight of the tour. Also, one of Johnson's aunts, Joanne Almentine, faced her fears of heights.
Well, for one, I didn't think I was going to do that rappelling because I'm deadly afraid of heights. But I enjoyed it. I almost wanted to go back, but
Johnson also showed her family her personal exhibit at the Fort Bliss Museum that commemorated her time as a prisoner of war. Reporting for Fort Bliss, I'm Jade Falls.
After the break, we'll head to White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico, with soldiers from the Army Evaluation Task Force.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
Welcome back. Fort Bliss welcomed some top Army officials during a Future Force Integration Directorate, or FFID, exercise. General George W. Casey Jr., Army Chief of Staff, and General Annie Dunwoody, Commanding General of U.S. Army Materiel Command, were among the observers at White Sands Missile Range during a demonstration of Capability Package 11 and 12 systems conducted by the Army's Future Force Integration Directorate, located at Fort Bliss, Texas.
Our soldiers are the most experienced operators on these pieces of equipment. That is one of our charters, is to test and evaluate this equipment. We need to provide honest and candid feedback, and at the senior level leader, they like to come down and hear it from the soldier who's actually operating that piece of equipment.
The scenario called for a time-sensitive target raid. As the events unfolded, scouts moved toward their objective and began their search for high-value targets. Before entering the building, soldiers were unaware of any potential threat that awaited them.
The SUG-V actually does save lives. That's probably the best of the CP-11 we have, the package we have, and that allows us, for soldier safety, to give us a better standoff, to actually see what's coming up ahead, rather than put actual soldiers up in the front and be surprised.
Military officials said the Army has put an unbelievable number of rapidly equipped capabilities into Infantry Brigade combat teams.
And we're replicating a large part of the equipment in that IBCT with the MRAPs that move the squad to a position of advantage, with the network that allows all the members inside of that platoon and that company to talk to each other, to talk to headquarters, to take photos, push them up the network, to be able to stand and stare with unmanned aerial systems. These are all the capabilities we're expecting to be able to give us an advantage and give that squad and that platoon advantage in that battlefield of tomorrow.
And that does it for this edition of Desert Warrior. Until next time, stay safe. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Deanna Begay. Thanks for watching.